Well, no regrets on the weather front, Ruth, although I wish you could remove the grey skies.
I know, it's been so nice for so long, and then over the last hour or so down in South Wales, it's just sort of all gone a bit, well, I did say wobble earlier, that's a technical term for it. It's quite, frankly, yucky out there at the moment, but don't worry, the blue sky and sunshine will be back, I promise, and I very rarely promise anything as far as the weather is concerned. So as far as the next few days look, let's overlook tonight's wobble. It'll be sunny and warm by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon. It'll take a while for the cloud and rain to lift. And when it does, it will remain calm and quiet right the way through into the coming weekend and into next week too. So tonight's wobble comes courtesy of a little frontal system. When I say rain, you probably won't notice too much, but it will be, as I say, a dim and distant memory by the time we wake to tomorrow. And then high pressure starts to build all over again, just pushing things back out into the Atlantic and the Irish Sea. So for us here in the UK, the next few days are looking very fine indeed. Now then, I know today quite a few people have said, well, hang on a minute, it's warm, it's sunny, but actually it's not very warm in the wind. The winds have been really strong, which is perfect actually for drying your washing if you've got it on the line, but does make it feel a little bit cooler. So temperatures today have hit around 18, 19 Celsius out of that wind. Tomorrow, less wind, so it will feel warmer still, highs of 22. And then it'll start to recover then, feeling just a little bit fresher into the weekend, but absolutely no complaints. I find myself suddenly being very popular with a forecast like that. I'm not public enemy number one anymore.
You can come again with a
Thank you very
forecast
much
like that.
indeed.
And you promised as well.
I know. Well, after such a beautiful day, the cloud and rain that's starting to spill into the south is a little bit of a shock to the system, but I'm sure we'll be glad to see a few drops of rain. Nothing too heavy overnight tonight. It'll rattle through, and as I say, I think by the time the wet weather actually hits the ground, it won't really amount to anything. So not a washout of a night by any means. Actually, the low cloud will stop temperatures from dropping, so a much milder night than we've had recently, with lows out towards coastal areas of around 10 or 11 degrees. Quite a gloomy start then to Friday morning, with a few scattered showers still knocking around, but again these will fizzle away quite quickly, and I'm very happy to say that Friday is shaping up to be another bright and beautiful day. Still a little bit of a breeze, but not quite as breezy as it has been, so temperature wise, well, we could well see highs of 20, 21 or 22 degrees, still almost 10 degrees above the average for the time of year, so it gives you an idea just how warm it's going to be out there. And not surprisingly, with the sunshine gaining strength, moderate levels of UV, so enjoy it, but just be careful. Quiet through Friday night, and then as we head into the start of the coming weekend, well, what can I say? More of the same. I think the temperatures do look set to peak through Friday, so even though Saturday is going to be another warm day, it perhaps won't be quite as warm. 16s, 17s, 18s, still very respectable. And there's very little change in the weather story as we head through into the second part of the weekend and actually into next week as well. The high pressure dominates all the way through, and you can see almost wall-to-wall sunshine. Very little weather to speak of. The temperature's starting to return to normal. 12 is average for the time of year, and feeling maybe just a little bit fresher overnight as well.